And I mean, I guess it is, because the older you get, the faster time goes, sure. But when you actively waking up at a really early hour, well, I say really early, but it's more like a human hour that you've been conditioned to wake up to for years of your life, and then suddenly you stop because you don't have to anymore. But when you wake up in the morning and you do things throughout the day, I'm back here. It feels like you're actually, you've done something with your day, and it feels different than when you wake up in the afternoon. And I think it's mainly because I don't like doing things in the evening. Like, once I'm done streaming, for me, that's usually assigned to, like, log off, if that makes sense. It's like, I don't want to fight you. It's like, when I wrap up at 10, like, I could stay up till 2, maybe 3 a.m., sometimes even 4. Like, I could just stay up really late like an asshole. I certainly could. Well, that's like sucks. Whatever. But I'm not, like, the thing is I'm not doing anything of particular interest or note. Like, sometimes I'll do that, I'm playing a video game. Sometimes I'm doing that and I'm just, like, watching a stream. Right? But, like, I can do that while also doing other things. But at that point in the night, I don't want to do other things. So I'm really just fucking sitting there being like, man, maybe I should, like, go to bed so I can wake up and then do things tomorrow. And then you don't do that. And then your ass is still awake. And then the sun's rising. And you go to bed and you wake up and the sun is not setting because it's summertime. Oh, let me tell you, it's summertime. The sun doesn't set till like 8 o'clock or some shit like that. But I had this problem when I worked evenings when I was a teenager as well. What I would do, like, I would have to work evenings like 4 to 10. So what I would do is I would sleep and I would wake up at like 1 or 2, right? So I wake up at 1 or 2 p.m. and then I'd have to go to work for 4, so I didn't really get to do anything. So I worked all day essentially. But then when I got home, I was like, all right, it's like 10:30. I'm showered. I'm gonna eat dinner at 10:30 at night, and I'm gonna stay up till like 3 or 4 in the morning, because I really need to justify the fact that I didn't do anything all day, because I worked all evening. And this is where the problem lies, because again, it's like 3 in the morning. I'm not doing anything at all, but I'm still awake because my ass is trying to justify elongating my day so I don't have a day where it's just wake up, work, go to sleep. Or a day like that has to come eventually to fix this. And this happens a lot, by the way. This happens all the goddamn time. This happens all the goddamn time. It's a feeling. So I used to do that a lot. But the issue I take with it is what I'm experiencing right now is I feel less inclined to work when I've reached like late periods of time. But then when I wake up really late, and in my case it's like I'm working, quote unquote, because I'm streaming, because this is work, quote unquote. Again, I don't want to view it like that, but it's I'm starting to, like, I tend to view it in a similar vein that I view those like evening shifts I used to do, where it was just I wake up and I don't have time to pursue things that I want to do because I have to stream. So then I stream and then I don't do anything but stream, and it's like, streaming's fun, but I wanna do things, right? So today I did both my exercise routine, did some cardio, and I did education with art. Like, I got to do all of that with time to spare. I ate lunch, I had a breakfast, like I was a fucking productive human being in terms of what it is I want to do. And that's great. And now that 5 o'clock is hit, I'm playing video games and I'm having a good time because I'm not thinking about all the things I had to skip because my bitch ass decided it needed to sleep for 13 hours a day. Lily Black is she's very frail. So some people they work night shifts, so they kind of have they adopt a routine where they kind of sleep when the sun's up and they're awake when the, and you know, if you can build a routine around it, that's fine. For me though, my issue was that I didn't really have a routine around it. And it bothered me, and it still bothers me. And I think it's really annoying personally, because, well, to be frank, it just makes me feel like some days I wake up, I sit in my chair. I wake up, I sit in my chair, I play video games, I watch internet videos, and then I go back to bed and then I go to sleep. And it's like, that was my day. That was my whole day. Did I do anything? I ate food because if I didn't, I would starve. I used the facilities because if I didn't, I would shit myself. But otherwise, the majority of my day was spent sitting in a computer chair. And then it's hard to go to sleep because you didn't do anything all day. So you're not productive, you're not active in any way, shape, or form. And then it's like, well, go to bed. It's like, man, what a day. There was no day to be had. I've time capsuled myself. And now I can't fucking sleep because I'm not tired because I didn't do a single fucking monochrome of anything to put myself in a position where I feel like I need to go to sleep. And then I'm awake forever. And then the cycle starts anew. And that's just how this shit goes all the goddamn time. Isn't the air delicious? It is. Yeah, I got a little route that I found that I walk, but I wanna run it. I didn't run it today, I walked it. It's not that long, but I'd like to get to a point where my lung capacity allows me to run the whole length of it. And it's nice out. And it's by the water, which I really like. So when I'm by the water, there's a breeze that's very comfortable, especially when it gets really hot. It is definitely shorts weather now. I'm in shorts the last like 5 days. It's nice. It's gonna get way too hot at some point, but it's gonna get way too hot at some point, but for now, it's good. It's okay. I got my fan. Crash. Bang. Boom. But yeah, that's just me, not really lamenting, but I think this is me explaining why certain things that I do to myself irritate me, and why they irritate me, and they create this aspect of my life that I find frustrating because nothing is happening during it. I am the type of person who likes to keep busy with things. I like doing things. But if I think mainly it stems from the fact that when I was a teenager, I spent way too many days doing nothing. And now it's kind of caught up to me in a way. It's caught up to me in a way where I no longer enjoy it because it just reminds me of a lot of time that I spent when I was younger. Where a lot of my, like I said, my schedule was I would wake up, go to work, come home, and then for 5 to 6 hours a night, just fucking do nothing. Because I was too tired from after work and it was too late to do anything. And then that was just a routine for me for a long time. My entire post-work situation was consumerism. That's it. My main hobby, all of it, was all just consumerism. But now I have something I actively want to do, and sometimes it makes me want to scream and cry and shout. But I don't know, man. I don't know, man. That's what happens when you reach my age. The ripe old age of 29! Star is water nature. Where did this come from, streamer? It came from me waking up really late the last, like, couple weeks. And it's really annoying because you tell yourself you're gonna do better. And then you try to set an alarm and you try to go to bed early and you're like, alright, it'll be different tomorrow. And then you do the same thing again the next day. And I think that's the one that hurts the most. It's not when you're used to the situation, is when you're actively telling yourself you're going to fight against it and then you fail to do so. And then nothing changes and you're like, well, that's just fucking superb. That's great. Fantastic. Good job, me. Glad we really had our head in the game on this one. Bonus points if you end up sleeping even later than you originally do on the days where you're telling yourself, man, I'm gonna get up and it's gonna be different. But also, there are times where you get a little too gung-ho about that. At like 3 in the morning, you're like, man, I've awakened. Tomorrow is a brand new day. I'm gonna reinvent myself. Alright, I'm gonna get everything I want done. I'm gonna start doing this. I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna look into this. And it's like, bro, it's 2:30 in the morning. Can you relax? Like, you can't reasonably expect to fall asleep when your brain is working overtime on shit that you're gonna do tomorrow. Because when your ass wakes up tomorrow, you're gonna be thinking to yourself, man, fuck existing. I don't want to be here. I might have just died to recoil. Ow. Existence is pain. Fuck this. Nonsense. Bullshit. And then the same thing. Oh, it's 1:30 in the morning. Bedtime. Oh, man. Tomorrow it's going to be so different. I'm going to get up. I'm going to run a fucking mile. Alright? I'm going to run a mile. And then I'm going to come home and I'm going to do my weightlifting. And I'm gonna be a new man. I'm gonna have a low sugar breakfast. I'm gonna take a cold shower, and I'm gonna be good. And then your ass wakes up at 1:30 p.m. and you're like, "Yup, this is all part of the plan." You took Intimidate. I don't know what your actual ability is, but you took Intimidate. I hate it. Chat, I lost a sub. The sub goal said 292. Now it says 293. Who unsubbed? Who did it? Who did it? I will end you. Nice crit. Not a crit. I don't know why that killed that time. I lost a sub in the last 15 minutes. Can you believe it? That's ridiculous! How could you do this to me? This is a good spot. I'll pitch my tent here. Oh, I have a question. Does anybody know how to stop the Twitch chat from cycling between top gifters, top bits, and top clip masters? Because that shit keeps doing that in the corner of my eye, and it pisses me off, and I want to get rid of it. And I don't know how to get rid of it. I don't know how to make it stop. She's Faith. Electric Faith. Orange is Chansey. Orange is Chansey. How do I get rid of it? I don't want to see it. It annoys the shit out of me. I don't care about the #1 bit. I don't care about the #1 gift subder. I do not care. Get rid of it. How do I get rid of it? Stop telling me. Coming soon. Whatever. Pure power. Oh, that would explain a lot. Oh, I don't have mailing. Whatever. Leaderboard and affiliate settings. Community. Where's that at? Where's the leaderboard settings? Viewer rewards? Where is that option? Stream. No? How do I find that? What? Viewer rewards. Drops. Enable drops. Yep. Okay. Extensions. No. Stream. Panel? How do I hide this shit? Social link, go! Partner? Or is that my tax form? That's my tax form. Content. Community? Where is any of this garbage located? Activity. Oh, who cares about that? Help! Click icon top right, creator dashboard settings. The settings tab has stream, channel, and streamer survey. Streamer survey. What is this fucking... Excuse me? Channel. No. Stream? Latency, disconnect protection. Huh. Do you see community tab anywhere? Yeah. Community. There's roles manager, my assigned roles, activity, and followers list. Oh, there it is. Community. There we go. Leaderboards. Turn off, turn off, turn off. Oh, I did it. Hype train. Okay. I did it. I turned them off. I think. Okay. Now I get Crunchyroll Turbo points. Crunchyroll Turbo points. Who wants 15% off any Crunchyroll product? Anybody? Anyone? Anyone? No? Okay. Very well. I wish Crunchyroll a very please bankrupt. That would be pretty swell. That would be pretty swell. Return Return anime to the fan subbers. Oh, Shanghai. Return anime to the fan subbers. They deserve it. I want to read bold yellow text with translator's notes that span half of the screen. I want to see it. Show it to me. There we go. So in a miniature but lethal sword is its weapon of choice. That's not a fairy, but I guess it's close enough. Have you watched anime with Crunchyroll subs? There's, like, even with a monochrome of understanding of Japanese, you can tell when the subs are not at all what the fuck they're saying in the language. That bothers me so much. There's way too much modern lingo. I mean, localization in general is a pretty... It's kind of a mocked profession nowadays for many reasons. Apparently there was this game that came out a while back that was like a rhythm story game. I think it was called Vision or something. I saw some controversy on that quite frankly I thought was a joke because like the English localization to it read like a joke. But it wasn't a joke. They actually just translated things to be something completely not relevant to whatever the fuck that they were saying. What happened there? What? You're really doing this? You're doing Parish Song Protect. I'm out. Localization. Localization has a bad rep. It has a really bad rep currently for reasons like this. What a shame. I don't know. You say testing? I agree that, but that's kind of how a lot of things have been the last 5 years. Is a lot of it is testing. But like the translation in that game is just, it's not even a test. It's actually like somebody crashing out. Like flat out just crashing out. And the game, and for some reason this game is where they are getting to like post their crash out. Like the translation, it has nothing to do with anything that's being said. It's actually just somebody going full fucking schizo. That's the insane shit about it. Everything is a beatdown. We're getting beat down continuously by things until eventually we stop caring and then you can just keep doing it. That's what it is. Every day we wake up and we get new information that just makes us tired. And the reason why we get it is so we can simply become so tired of it that we no longer care to put up a resistance to it. And it will just keep coming and it will become the norm. Shame. I've seen like examples of translation that is just kind of a mockery to the original text. There's also like translations from the 90s that are just frankly they're just bad. They're just poorly translated. I know Final Fantasy VII has that. Final Fantasy VII has a really, really poor translation in English. I mean, it did its job, but like, damn, man. I love when everything clicks confuse right. Not because it's a good technique, but because it wastes my fucking time. Ouch. Well, I remember there was a scare about AI subbing. There was like oh, people are gonna use AI to sub things in the future, and there was a pretty public outcry about that, and I get it. But at the same time, I've seen what real humans are doing, and I have to wonder if AI is actually going to do any fucking worse. AI might do the same. Stop fucking being paralyzed! Thank you. Listen, man, that's how beat down I've gotten. That's how fucking beat down I've gotten from localization. Is that I hear the term AI subbing, and I think to myself, could it really be worse than what actual humans are doing? That's depressing. That is legitimately a depressing thought. But that is a thought that I have had because I'm just so fucking beat down by this. Watch this. This is actually a really bad idea, but it's fine. Yeah, I know the thing is, like, the English one for the game we were talking about is the only one that has a problem. All the other languages were perfectly fine, but whoever got their hands on the English one didn't actually give a shit about anything. Flat up just didn't give a shit. So they just fucking, they did whatever the fuck that was to it. Meow. I can't speak for other languages. I'm sure some games have received some kind of controversy with their alternate languages. But I couldn't tell you. Because I only know English. I only know English, so yeah. But I also don't know the Japanese, so I feel like a lot of the times when you see the you don't see the Japanese translation. You don't understand the Japanese translation. You think the English probably isn't doing that bad. But now that you're older and you have access to the internet, you're able to see more of what things were translated as. And sometimes they're not good. But I mean, like, again, to use Final Fantasy VII, there's like, this guy are sick. That's a good ass line. In Spanish, the Pokemon move Slam was translated as Portazo, door slam, up to like Gen 6. That's funny. So what do they call it now? It's supposed to be slam. Well, English has some issues like that as well. English has some issues like that as well with Pokemon. Because of Meteor Mash. Because I'm pretty sure in Gen 2, Comet Punch is consecutive punches. Its name is very on the nose, but in English it's called Comet Punch. And in Gen 3 the move Meteor Mash exists, but in Japanese that move is called Comet Punch. But because Comet Punch was already a move in Gen 2, they called it Meteor Mash. And the reason why this one's so well known is because Meteor Mash is a move that's affected by Iron Fist, despite it not having punch in the name. And the reason for that is because in Japanese, there you go. What am I looking for? Nothing. Wasn't Night Slash or Sucker Punch? Not Night Slash. Sucker Punch was another one like that. The opposite. Sucker Punch is not affected by a Iron Fist despite having punch in its name, and the reason for that is because in Japanese it's called Surprise Hit. It has nothing to do with a punch. Although the animation certainly fucking looks like a punch, doesn't it? You can have some issues in your translation. You can have a couple as a treat, you know, as a treat. Cave of Growth. There's a bunch of items on the ground. So, if you aren't familiar with this is originally Altering Cave. A weird cave that exists in Gen 3 that only has Zubat. Unless you have an e-reader. I'm not even sure if the e-reader, like, compatibility actually got fucking realized. The e-reader was kind of a dead-on-arrival thing. Just a bunch of free shards is great. But yeah, this is originally some kind of cave. It also exists in Hoenn as well. One of every shard. This is a pretty good haul. And yeah, it's just only Zubats. But with e-reader, you could get other things. But to me, it was such a fascinating thing because I didn't know what the fucking e-reader was. There was just a cave. It was called Altering Cave. And you went in there, it was only Zubat. It was a small little arena. It's like, what's the secret? Tell me your secrets. I genuinely don't know what the e-reader did. I've never even fucking saw an e-reader. Like, that was something that they had plans for, and they had games with compatibility to, and I just didn't, I never even fucking saw the e-reader, dude. I'm not even sure every game that had e-reader compatibility. I know that Mario Bros. 3 had e-reader levels. I know that Pokemon Ruby Sapphire Pinball had e-reader Pokedex entries. And again, the Altering Cave was, e-reader as well. Like, those are the only things I really know that had e-reader compatibility. Like, e-reader seemed like something that they wanted to do and then just couldn't. They just couldn't. It just didn't catch on. Speaking of things that didn't catch on, the camera that they sold with the Switch 2. I remember they had numbers apparently for the sales on that item around the first couple weeks of the Switch 2's launch. That camera sold such a small number of units compared to the actual system itself. Like, that thing is dead. And the Star Fox 64, the 4th time, coming out on June 25th, that has compatibility with that. That has compatibility with that, where you can basically fucking face rig up the Star Fox pilots. You can face rig them and they'll react to your facial movements, which is just fantastic news. All right, Satori, you're gonna take the bench for a little bit because Mailing's falling behind because I need a surfer on these goddamn things. Could be a little difficult to hike around because of that. No, it's great. Lonely Beach. Someone that's on Peculiar Bonica is sleeping. Star Fox will save it. No. I mean, I don't think it will save it, but I think it will actually create a couple of, it'll create a couple more units sold from certain types of people. Well, the USB camera thing is just kind of like, Coliseum has 3 additional e-reader shadows. You know, I vaguely recall that information, but I don't know what the shadows are. Well, when they showed the camera off, it's like you can play with your bloods on Switch 2, and you can have their webcams like a fucking Skype call from 2008, and you can have them just plastered on your screen for some reason. Oh, my finger slipped. And so while you're playing a game, you can take up some screen real estate with a 240p quality picture of your friend's bored face as he's also playing a game. Like, I don't need bro's face cam while I'm playing a fucking video game, you know? I just don't. What are you doing with this? Nam-ba-nam. Banana. I sensed your approach. I remember AR, yeah. The augmented reality. That never caught on, did it? Togepi, Mareep, and Scizor. Hey, Scizor's pretty fucking cool. Mareep is pointless because you can get Flaffy in the game. And Togepi is, well, sure, but Togetic is the final shadow. Scizor's cool though. The last thing I ever saw that was AR was Five Freddy's, because there was an augmented reality game for Five Nights at Freddy's, and I don't know how integral it was to the lore, because frankly, it just looked like a piece of shit. But aside from that, the only thing I ever saw use AR was like the 3DS, and even then. Soon, the stars are almost aligned. When the time is right, Tokiko, we will prove to the world that Tensoku-ji is real. Tensoku-ji. The sign is too faded to read. Okay, they took away Trainer Tower, I guess. What the fuck is Tensoku-ji? I don't know. But soon we'll learn the truth. Oh, but speaking of e-reader, by the way, there's also this lady in here. This right here, the e-reader room. Man, as a kid, this room was so fucking mysterious to me. Like, because there's one of these in RSC as well, and it's just a room covered by boxes, and it's related to the e-reader. It's like, what's this lady got? This mysterious interactable box that's a room behind it. Who's in that room? Is it the ultimate legendary Pokemon Mew 3? What could it be? How many people come out here? If I train her convinced, I'll get stronger and stronger. He's a move tutor. He's a move tutor for Sword Stance. Oh, Mia. Toyohime. It's an easy kill. There's probably a lot of like failed add-ons for video game consoles. There's obviously the 64D drive. The 64D drive was a commercial failure. There was a couple things on that were like original to it. I believe Majora's Mask was originally intended to be an expansion on that, and it ended up becoming its own game. Unfortunately, I have to switch because, well, I'm gonna fall asleep. Amiibos still exist. Amiibos, the only reason Amiibo was able to take off to a lucrative level was because they started it with Smash Bros. And they had a lot of characters. They had a lot of characters they could make merchandise off of. And they realized they could keep making merchandise with subpar plastic electronics. Because it's not the people, it's not Skylanders. That shit came and went. Like, Skylanders was a fad for a long time. They had a Disney version, too. I don't remember what the fuck that one was called. But I remember those were all over, like, Best Buy and GameStop. The individual characters you could buy, they were basically Amiibo. You bought them and you plopped them in and you could play the character in your game. But Amiibo came out when that fad was done. And yet Amiibo took off more because Amiibo, the difference between Amiibo and those, well, I guess not the Disney one, was that they were beloved video game icons versus Gleep Glorp the Gobgloob. And you use them and you can play them in your Skylander game. Like, okay. Oh god, the gold Mario amiibo. That shit was on auction sites for 5 digits, man. Straight up, that shit was on auction sites for 5 digits. People were finding quote unquote defective products, and like somebody charged a ridiculous sum for a peach that had like a poorly painted eye. Like, amiibos were a craze. They were a collector craze. And if you saw Amiibo Day 3, there was only about like 8 actual Amiibo you would ever see in store. Because they would make so little of the other ones, and people would scalp the shit out of them. And you know they would. Everywhere you went, it was Mario, Pikachu, Peach, Link, Luigi, Bowser, like, same set. I remember the first day when Smash Wii U came out with Oraz, and I saw Wii Fit Trainer amiibo, and I did not care. And then I never, ever, ever saw Wii Fit Trainer amiibo ever again. That bitch was gone. Lost to time. So yeah, amiibos got heavily scalped, and unfortunately for me, I bought amiibos. I have a decent amount of amiibos. I don't know where they are. They're somewhere in a box, I'm sure. There certainly comes a point in your life when you realize that you're just buying things for the sake of buying things, and you gotta figure at some point you gotta fucking stop. For me, it was easy. I spent $60 on the Mii amiibos. 66 Canadian, and I got the Mii Sword Fighter, Mii Brawler, and Mii Gunner, like, combination, the defaults. And I looked at them in my bag and my receipt, and I was like, why the fuck did I buy this? Like, straight, why did I buy this? And I just looked at it, and I was like, and that was it. That was all it took. And then I was free. Oh, a Ron. I was actually just free from that moment. I could not reasonably justify buying anything ever again, because I was like, why the fuck did I buy this? I don't even like these things. There just comes a point where you start, and then it just becomes so normal for you to continue buying towards it that you don't even think about what you're buying as something you want. You really need to stop yourself. Gacha games are the same thing. There's a lot, like, the way it tends to be is that once you give in once, I'd rather just do this. Once you give in once, it becomes a lot easier to just keep doing it until eventually it just becomes something that's so, like, just obvious to you that you just do it on impulse. It's the same with buying, like, food from, like, DoorDash or something. DoorDash costs a lot more money than not using DoorDash. And you look at that price tag and you're like, that's ridiculous. But do it once, and suddenly, you know, you've bit the bullet on that. You've bit the bullet, so now it doesn't even feel like anything. You can just do it, and then you stop paying attention, and now you have incremental purchases that if you look at them in a vacuum, you see a very large number, and you're like, wow, man, this stinks. But that's how they get you. That's why gacha games do the beginner. The beginner discount, the beginner discount pack, where they give you, like, a $5 pack, and they give you a bunch of, like, beginner-friendly resources. You have insomnia. That would be why. And you're like, oh, $5? That's not much. Why not? You know, fuck it. I'll do it. I'll spend $5. And then you spend that $5, and now suddenly, instead of your threshold for spending being free, your threshold is now $5. So now you're looking at a $7. You're looking at a $7 top up on premium currency, and you're like, well, I mean, I spent $5 before. I can drop the $7. You know, it's not that big of a purchase. And you do that for a couple years, and suddenly you're over $1,000 in premium currency. That is incremented from intervals of like $10 purchases throughout here and there. And you're like, oh, well, that's money I'm not getting back. Did that money go somewhere useful? Yeah, it went to the 15th copy of a 3-star unit that I don't use. Trying to get the less than 1% chance on the unit that I do want, that I'm not actually going to use, but I want them. Yep. 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 I gotta spend. Oh. She's exploding. Okay. I won't kill, but that's okay. When I was playing Grand Blue, it cost like $33 Canadian to do a 10 pull. I can only imagine how much harder it is to pull now. You gotta understand that the majority of the majority of practices in certain things are designed to psychologically entice you to spend money. I hate to say it, but like, shit like this, these companies aren't your friend. Are you serious? These companies aren't your friend. They're about as much as your friend as, like, fucking Tsukasa is. They're not your friend. They don't like you. They don't care about you. They simply don't. They only care about how much money you could potentially bring in. You are not an asset to the company if you are free to play. They are trying to get your ass to spend some real ass cash. And if you ain't spending, then they don't care what you have to say. You think they're throwing out fucking gameplay surveys to people who don't spend money on their game? I don't give a fuck about you. Fuck you. Alright. Time to push. Dun 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 dun. Guess who fucked up? Me. Tsukasa is a friend though. No, she's not. Her entire species is design, like her design is she helps you and leads you to ruin. She is the opposite of a friend. The cold hard truth. She is plotting for my downfall. Okay, I'm apparently really not smart. So let's try this again. Okay, there we go. It's just a matter of order of operations, that's all. I got it. I was just doing it in the wrong order. Practices like FOMO, limited time events, stuff like that. You know how it is. These are all practices done in a way to keep you engaged in the grind. And that's why these formulas work. Gacha games leave a bad taste in my mouth. Is there any point to this? Not really. Mysterious rumble echoed away somewhere. I've just grown to hate gacha games. To the degree that when I see interesting character designs and I see they're from gacha games, I just kind of get disappointed. Because to me, it's... when you see interesting character designs in a gacha game, you know that the forefront of the idea is not how do we make this character interesting or appealing, so much as how do we make this character desirable enough so people spend real money to acquire them in their game. Which you could say that those two things go hand in hand, but to me it's obvious where the priority lies. You're designing characters with the intent of making people spend money on them. Not because, you know, obviously you want to make a pretty character. Oh, great. You obviously want to make a pretty character. But the driving force behind that is profit! Money! Check out this character, isn't she cool? Pull rate minus 1%. Minus 1% pull rate. Spend money to get her. She's so cool. She's so awesome. What a great design. You know you want her. Okay. Oh, shit. That's a cat. Well, whatever. So that's just... I've become jaded. I have become jaded, and that's how I view gacha game characters. I simply view them as... I view them as a way to shake down money. So I just can't really enjoy... I can't really enjoy designs if they're from gacha games, because that's all I can see. All I can see is them trying to seduce the cash from my pocket. No. The next illogical jump of conclusion for that one would be... he trained with a fellow by the name of Brawley before. Look at VTuber models. Oh man, look at V. If there's anything I have on a lower list of like design that I am engaged with, it's VTuber models. Like that's the list. Anime character, gacha game character, VTuber model. Like that is the bottom of my list of design caring. If I see a design and it's a VTuber model, I am immediately not caring. My ass is checked out. Like I instantly I do not care anymore. Sorry. Bye-bye. Marissa's a fire type, isn't she? Fuck it, I'm staying in. I'm out. See ya. Check out my VTuber. They got animal ears, loose clothing, and e-cups. Wow. Do they? That's pretty insane. Anything else? No. What? What do you mean no? What else do you need? Is there anything else you need in that situation? Get them big. Big jugs. Animal parts. And skimpy clothing. And that's it. Also, pastel colors. Holy shit, pastel colors. Just fucking slap them with a paintbrush of red and pink and see what happens. I'm sure it'll turn out just fine. That shit'll look Gucci when it's done, I promise ya. Asho. You know the protagonist from Fire Emblem Engage? I saw that asshole and I was like, this character is disgusting. Yep. I already didn't want to play Engage anyway, so it has no bearing on the fact that I didn't play it, but I saw the protagonist and I was like, you can't be fucking serious. You can't be serious. This character's got red and blue hair split down the middle. Like, what the fuck is this? What is this, bro? Oh, no, it was designed by this artist who designed this VTuber. I look at the VTuber, pastel red rat. And I'm just like, yep, checks out. Extremely over-the-top design. But not even in a way like Yu-Gi-Oh! Where it's kind of funny how over-the-top it is. It just looks stupid. That shit is dumb. D-mailing. I'm gonna crash into her. That's what I'm gonna do. We'll do it. Why are you clicking detect? There were early leaks from the Chinese beta version. It was mostly believed to be fake because people thought the character looked stupid. And then it wasn't. And then it wasn't fake. Why was that the choice of character, man? I don't understand why that was the choice of character. Like, that doesn't even make sense to me in terms of just Fire Emblem setting. Sure, Fire Emblem has colored hair, but like, this character looks like they crawled out of a fucking 2010s pop illustration. Like, what is the timeline for Fire Emblem Engage? Do I really want that item? No. Experimentation is cool. Yeah, it sure is, especially when it's an experimentation with the mainline series of games. We used an entire 3-year development period to experiment with this concept. This is such a waste of time. At least I can just keep doing this, though. It's very convenient. There we go. And it's the first move, so I just have to hit the button. King's Rock. It's a fine item, actually. Hi. It's been the best possible education to become this strong. I don't want to lose to anyone. We shall see. Do you think Fire Emblem is having an identity crisis? I don't know if that's really the right way to say it, because I'm not really a fan of Fire Emblem to the degree that I've played every game. But do you think that Fire Emblem is having an identity crisis? Does Fire Emblem know what it wants to be? Has it figured it out? Do the fans know what Fire Emblem should be? Yuki. I'm just gonna keep kicking people. The new one looks pretty good. I don't remember anything about that new one at all. Fire Emblem had an identity crisis since the 4th game, if you want to split hairs about it. Well, if you're splitting hairs, you might as well say the 5th game then, right? Because the 5th game isn't even a real fucking game. I learned that one. The 5th game ain't even real. That's just like an add-on bonus content bullshit. I want to play older FE games at some point. I want to play some of them. Not like the old ones, but like the more... the GBA, GCN era. In other words, I want to play like Ike's games to see what they're about. I played Awakening. There's a couple of them I'd like to play, yeah. I don't know if I want to play Roy's game. I don't know how much I want to play 7. I probably do. 6, 7, and 8 I probably would want to play just because that era of Fire Emblem on the GBA has a great aesthetic, I think. That Sacred Stones is one I do want to play. How the Ratings is an old game. Bro, Mario Galaxy came out in 2007. That Mario Galaxy will be 20 years old next year, and that is like my favorite game. Huh. Dance, dance, Alice dance. You join in too. Would you like to dance? The Alice dance? Oh. They're all chipper now. Lucky. Adisu, Adisu. One lucky punch. Okay. What the fuck I do with that? I'm dancing. You can skip Roy's games. Well, the thing is, I don't want to skip Roy's game. Not because I particularly care about Roy or anything, but I kind of want to use the Mega Ultra Chicken and just, like, watch her kill things, because I think that's really funny. Also, I'd like to see some of the characters that come from Roy's game, because I'm sure some of them are pretty cool. Like the chicken. The chicken who cannot get a new dragon stone, so she has limited uses. We'll slap her with this. I have the enhanced versions that I downloaded a while back. I have a version of I got a while back, like back in like fucking September or something, that was 6, 7, and 8, but it basically had a built-in casual mode. Because one of the biggest things that I have issue with the Fire Emblem games is the permadeath. Because for me, if somebody dies by accident, I gotta restart the whole fucking map, and I hate doing that. And it makes me lose interest in playing the game when a map goes on for 20 minutes, and somebody dies because I made a slight blunder, and then I have to restart the whole map or risk losing that unit for the entirety of the rest of the game, and I'm just like, fuck that, man. I get it, each option has weight, blah, 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 fuck you, fuck you, fuck you! I don't care! I did it with Awakening. I did it with Awakening, and I spent an hour and a half on the same chapter because I kept losing a unit, and it was pissing me off. Muriel died. Muriel died. Sumiya died. Muriel died. Muriel died. Muriel died. Muriel kept fucking dying. Why does Muriel keep fucking dying? It's turn 7, you bitch! Don't die! And then guess what? There was like 3 enemies left and she fucking died again! And at that point, I was just like, whatever. Guys died as well. Guys died as well, I didn't even care. But Muriel fucking died on like the last 2 enemies of the goddamn map beside the boss. And I was just like, you know what? Fine. I don't need a mage anyway. Don't need a mage anyway. I'm moving on. I hate this map. Granted, that didn't happen often, but like, I'm telling you, man, when you're like me and you're interested in the characters and you want to keep them alive to see things that they do and whatnot, it's just frustrating when they get Omega killed by accident or because you're bad at the game. Okay. Clifford. If I get crit and I die, I'm going to scream. Man, RPGs love doing that thing where they spawn reinforcement units on your ass. And then if you don't know the map ahead of time, you might just fucking die. Because you're now sandwiched between reinforcements. And you can't fight them with your current map layout. Is there even anything else over here? Not really. The boss ruins. Mystic Bonica is said to sleep inside here. If only that was true. They all do it. They're not all like super egregious, but reinforcements chapters do sometimes put you in positions that, because the purpose of those chapters is, yes, to test your, it's to be like, make sure you're paying attention, you're being aware, you're being smart with movement. But sometimes you actually just get flat up blindsided and you're put into an impossible to recover from situation, and you're just like, well, this is good. I'm glad these reinforcements came on turn 6 while the map is 25 minutes in progress. Yes. Keifu is ass. Keifu is ass. But I played on easy mode. And I admittedly did have some units that were pretty good. I used Kyoko and Kogasa because you get them in a paralog and they're level 1 and they're actually kind of dog shit. However, all of their growth stats, like their stats, all of their growths are above 50%. So they just kind of get juicy levels very consistently. They're all rounders, but they have like actual fucking level ups. Kyoko, I think, got the most of it for sure. Alright, I don't think there's even anything in here. Yeah, just the unknown. You can't replace these assholes. Heifu devs did 5 games and somehow none of them are good. Surely at least one of them is okay. The one I played definitely was Not great. No, Kyoko is great. She did a great job. Do the dance. You get attached to some units. The ones that kind of start doing decent. You get kind of attached to them. But also there are some units that are so bad that you just bench them as soon as you can. Suika's bitch ass got benched so quickly. Because her ass not only couldn't hit anything, but did not have a speed stat to try more than once. So she was just like, hey, I'll do 13 damage 60% of the time. And then I'll take like 15. But it's okay, I have like 40 health. No, Suika, that's not okay. That is the opposite of okay. You have no evasion. You're getting hit by that. Just because you have 5 more HP than fucking Yuyuko over there doesn't mean shit. Yuyuko's got 1 billion evade. She's not getting hit. You have no evade. You have nothing. All you do is sit there and miss. You fucking miss your target, and then you get slapped across the face. And I'm just supposed to be like, well, that's how she goes. That's just how she fucking goes, I guess. Like, no! No human being alive would look at that and be like that. The Hifu game is a map where all hit rates are inverted from turn 3 onwards. That's terrible design. That design makes me mad. Because I know that's bad design. Why would you make something like that? I don't understand. Why would you do that? Are you stupid? Player hit rates are naturally above 85% on the regular. So you would have gone on that map. No, she wouldn't! Because her hit rate is still above 60%. Now her hit rate is below 40. She's worse! She's significantly worse! The only way she would be better if she was actively batting under 50%. No unit is batting under 50% naturally, because if they were, they are the worst unit in the entirety of the game, series, and genre. Alright? Genre! Is there a genre-defining bad character, though? A character so unironically bad, and not because they were designed to be a gag character, but just because they are so fucking bad that they make every other character in the entire series, the entire genre of turn-based RPG, they make other characters look better because they are so fucking miserably awful that there's just no human alive. No human alive would look at them and try to use them. I need to get some apple juice. Chat, I'm gonna get a drink. It's getting hot in here, and I could use some hydration. I'll be right back. Move my fan closer and crank the accelerator. Go to the store tomorrow and buy more apple juice. Maybe some more banana water too. I buy it because it's got no sugar. It is really nice out though. You don't have any business here. Go home. We'll go in there momentarily. That's the last thing we gotta do. We've done everything else on the islands at this point. Imagine being the worst character in the entire genre. Well, there's probably a worse Pokemon, right? Again, I'm not talking about a Pokemon who is designed to be a gimmick or something like that, but just like a Pokemon who's so unapologetically bad that they've just continued to be bad since their first fucking appearance, and they're just bad, even though they feels like they're trying not to let them be that bad, but they still just be that bad. Sunflora, best answer. Sunflora is a miserable piece of shit. That fucking Pokemon has never amounted to a modicum of success. Not even one. Ledian? Ledian's pretty bad. Well, actually, Ledian's very bad. Luvdisc is bad, but the thing about Luvdisc is Luvdisc is mainly used as a way to get hard scales. So Luvdisc has a purpose. Sunflora has no purpose. Sunflora is a Pokemon that you get by using a Sunstone on a Sunkern. So Sunflora is not a Pokemon you can find in the wild. Sunflora is a Pokemon you have to create with a limited consumable item. Limited with an asterisk, of course. You actively spend resources to get a Sunflora, and what do you get for it? You get nothing. You get less than nothing. I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad. Puku Muku? Listen here, motherfucker. Alright. A max knuckle +6 Puku Muku can 3-hit KO a 0 IV defense poor nature Ferrothorn. 3-hit KO. Alright, that's something. Put some respect on Puku Muku's name. Puku Muku can also get hit and explode and do damage to the opponent. I know, it's crazy. What does Sunflora do? Genuinely, what does Sunflora do that another Pokemon cannot? What does it do? What is its technique? What are its capabilities? What are its defining features? What does a Sunflora do? Can it learn a secret move? Does it got a super cool ability? What can it do? What does a Sunflora do? Tell me. There's gotta be something that a Sunflora do that sets it apart from other grass types. Solar Power and Chlorophyll are actually kind of nice. If I wanted a Chlorophyll mod, I would use Venusaur. If I wanted a Solar Power mod, I would use Charizard! It has 30 base speed and Chlorophyll. You're joking, right? It has 30 base speed and Chlorophyll. What? What are you... What? What? What are you even doing at that point? Oh, I'm blitzing. I'm blazing. I'm fucking missed. He's got them long boots. This brings us back to the conversation about Dugong. Dugong got nothing. Dugong can't do anything. Dugong is worthless. And outclassed by Lapras. Sunflora, I don't think there's a single thing that Sunflora can do. I just don't. There's just nothing that she can do that someone else can't. And obviously grass types are very abundant and they tend to have similar strategies, but at least some of them have some defining aspects to them, right? And now, here we are. Here we are in Sunflora Land, talking about Sunflora. Chlorophyll. I'm gonna get a Sunflora on a Sun team with a Choice Scarf Solar Beam. I'm gonna spam Choice Scarf, Solar, Sun boosted. Not even Sun boosted, just Solar Beams. That's what I'm gonna do. Wow. Watch out, NU tier. Here we come. Me and Sunflora. We're on the way together. Well, there was no point in walking through any of that, but whatever. This guy's Onyx is a little different. Maid uniform. Okay. Normally there's a giant fucking rock tower here. They actually changed it. That's where I buried my Yuka. It was named Jade. Here lies Jade. There's a lemonade placed as an offering. Can I put a lemonade there? I'm gonna get a lemonade and put it there. Watch this. I'm gonna go get a lemonade. An Iku? Oh. The demo Sunkern didn't exist. You mean that... Wait, so you mean in the Space Arcade version of Gold and Silver, it was just Sunflora? Really? Shimmering clothes lives between the worlds of humans. I'm gonna go get a lemonade. A mailing. A mailing. An Ellen. Wow. Ellen is a witch who never grows old, hardworking and dreams of love. Ain't that great. Hold on, I'm going all the way back. Watch. Watch as I run to get a lemonade. Me when I need the lemon squeezy. So fast. I got it. I don't actually remember if you can buy this anywhere else. Anyway, I ran all the way back here to buy a single fucking lemonade. Now I'm going back to... Now I'm going all the way back. Yep. Terrible noise, by the way. Terrible fucking noise. Sunflora was grass psychic, so they made it even worse. So it sounds to me like they just didn't want to encroach on Celebi. But then they didn't let anybody get Celebi anyway. Okay. Alright, I've returned. I've returned. Leave another lemonade. Here you go. Thank you. That was my Jade's favorite drink. I don't even know you, but your act of kindness uplifted me a little. Can you please take this as my thanks? EM42. Please be good to your Bonica too. Yeah, you get a metal coat, I believe, in the original game if you do that. What's TM42? Ah. Not a very helpful move. Me when I actively hate Generation 2 and I'm also the lead programmer on Generation 2. Hee Woohoo! Oh, be ready! Here's this Pokemon. Wow, cool design, Sugimori-san. Let's give it 30 base speed and 20 base attack. But it's a full Evo. Ooh, even better. Now let's bump that up to a nice clean 60 base attack instead. Yeah, that's a good Pokemon. Kaneko need log. Great. Rocket Warehouse. Whee! Oh boy. Ah boy. Purple shard. I think that's an upgrade. Have you ever looked at a Pokemon and thought that whoever designed their stat spread, like, actively did it as a way to sabotage that Pokemon? Of course you missed. Yep. And we're not talking about Regigigas. We know that Regigigas was sabotaged. Ledian? My take is that Ledian was designed when the special stat was 1 stat. That's my only answer for that one. Ledian is the most trained wrong as a joke Pokemon in the entire series. Why does it have a gargantuan special defense stat and just fucking, like, no way to utilize it? It's a bug flying type. What is it doing with that? Decidueye? No, I disagree. The reason why Decidueye is not that good is because it carries one of the stupidest moves in the entire series. Did you know that ghost types tend to have the stupidest moves in the entire fucking series? Why is it always ghost types? I don't know, but it is always ghost types. What's the move, streamer? The move is Spirit Shackle. It's like block, but it does damage. It's really good. Savali. Savali is intentionally designed that way because it's supposed to be a failed experiment of Arceus. So it has similar base stat spread, but it has a lower base stat in general because it's a failure. It also requires the item to change its type for its signature move as well. Like, that Pokemon is designed intentionally that way. Actually, I think Savali doesn't have all neutral stats. I think that... Doesn't that thing have like 10 speed or some shit? Well, it's a Gen 7 Pokemon, so it ain't fast. Glalie? Yeah, Glalie's a piece of shit. Glalie, for no reason of its own, is a 80 base stat piece of shit. Why does Fiona exist? What about that thing? That Pokemon's existence is confusing. If you put Manaphy in the daycare with a Ditto, it creates a new Pokemon. This new Pokemon is awful. It has 80 base stats, 80 base across the board, and it has no, like, outstanding qualities. It can't learn any of the things. Oh, I should have used the other move. The Valley's 95 and everything. See, that makes sense to me. Glalie has 80 and everything. Did you know that? Did you know fucking Glalie sucks? Except Glalie, amazingly enough, doesn't suck. I mean, it does, but in some places, it doesn't suck. Frostlass is quite good, though. No, Fiona is, yeah, it doesn't get Heart Swap or Tail Glow or whatever that other fucking move that Manaphy got later on is. Unless it did. But it's just an 80 base, it's an 80 base stat water type that learns nothing interesting. It's the entire existence. I don't know what I'm doing. Wow. Mega Glalie can explode and do ice type damage. That's so fucking cool. Don't mind me, just being very mindful of what I'm doing. Poison Bomb? Don't I already have Poison Bomb? What? Yeah, I do. Why do I have 2 Poison Bomb TMs? Whatever. I gotta activate the turn panel so I can heal. Shouldn't have any defense stat despite having 1 HP. That's because Shedinja's base stats come from basically the fact that it exists as a Ninkata. It's obvious that it doesn't need defense, but the reason why it is like that is because it comes from a Pokemon. There's no reason to just cut its defense stats. No point in doing that. Crash into it. Shedinja is a gimmick. He's a gimmick, and he's not a very good one. He is simultaneously an unkillable creature, but also, also the most killable creature. All you have to do is hit him. That's it. He's like Sand Undertale. The defense stats do matter if substitute is up. Huh. Yeah, I guess if you baton pass... If you baton pass a sub, it uses the sub's HP from the original sub creator, so your defense stat would factor into the damage calculation of the sub's HP pool. Huh. I never thought of that. What an extremely niche situation. How about that? Shedinja loses half its defense from Ninkata. Shocker. The Pokemon based on a cicada's empty husk of a shell loses half of its defense stat. That's fucking shocking news to me. The concept of Shedinja is really cool. I kind of wish there was something in the game that was a little more informative on the fact that Shedinja happens. Because you don't get any fanfare on that thing. That thing just kind of appears in your party if you've got room and a spare Pokeball. Like, you're just supposed to know that shit's gonna happen? How do you make a sub with a 1 HP Pokemon? Baton Pass. That's what I said earlier. Baton Pass passes all conditions of the battlefield that the Pokemon had when they switched. Stat changes, as well as substitute. That counts. So you can Baton Pass a sub. Ninjask can learn substitute and Baton Pass. Why are you clicking double team, you piece of shit? Well, no matter what happens, I win this exchange. Okay, a flamethrower for good measure. Good thing I hit that leech seed. Petrel. Don't you dare laugh. Don't mess in the doings of adults, you jumped up pipsqueak. So if I beat her, yeah, if I beat her, she'll change the panels. Baton Pass is a very silly move. Because Baton Pass allows Pokemon that are designed to not... You're purple. It allows Pokemon that are designed to really not be allowed to, like... They're not supposed to have boosting moves, because if they did, they would be really ridiculous with their stats. To have access to those boosting moves. That's what, that's kind of where the long and short of it comes from. Garchomp with Dragon Dance would be very good. Ooh, a double miss. Yeah, and they made Shed Tail. And Shed Tail is a very, very powerful move. That move was so powerful that it got... Okay. It got Cyclizar banned. I got Cyclizar banned, and then I got Orthworm banned. By the way, I hate Orthworm. Orthworm pisses me off. Because Orthworm, he's a fucking stupid-ass steel worm, and his ability is called Earth Eater, where if you use a ground-type attack, it heals. That doesn't even make sense. Like, what? Oh, you used Earthquake. Yummy, yummy. Oh, I took 0 damage. I ate it. No, you... What the fuck do you mean you ate it? You ate an Earthquake? What does that even mean, dude? It doesn't even make sense. But yeah, that Pokemon's ass. Don't get me wrong. Pokemon is straight cheeks. But it had access to Shed Tail. And Shed Tail is a really, really degenerate enabling move because it just passes a sub. It's a switch that passes a sub, so it gives you a free turn of setup. And in Pokemon, 1 turn of setup sometimes is all you need. That is legitimately sometimes all you need to win a game. You can't just fucking eat an Earthquake. That doesn't even make any sense. Please consider these things. I don't know what type you are. I only remember that you were weak to this earlier when I fought that dual trainer. Give me some of that dirt! Yum, 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 yum. Sega. I don't know. Kane could probably kill her, though. Earth Eater is one of those abilities that you look at and you're like, oh, some asshole who made a ROM hack made this ability up. Because this isn't a real ability. This is just somebody like, huh, what if water absorb for ground types? But then you look and you find out it's actually a canon sanctioned by Game Freak fucking ability. Exclusive to this piece of shit. You really, really needed to not miss there. It was really not that difficult to avoid a miss there, Kane. We could have been done the game, but you fucking missed. Mega Heatran having Earth Eater makes no sense. That is exactly why you would assume that somebody made this shit up. Maybe so you can come back through. Yeah. Like, oh, let's make Mega Heatran. It's got 150 fucking base defense and 175 special attack, and its ability makes it heal 25% of its max HP if you hit it with a ground move. Like, that is the kind of shit that you design when you're 12. Nonsense. I mean, you see the fucking XD mod? XD Directors XD, whatever the fuck it was called. And they just... Cyndaquil levitates. He levitates. What? Why? Why does he levitate? I don't know. Why does Blaziken have water absorb? None of this shit makes any sense from a design perspective. Pokemon just learn random fucking moves, have random fucking types, and are just fucking random. I realize now that I should probably get Satori, because this is a real fight, and I need to be prepared for it. And having a level 9 Komachi is not going to get me anywhere. God, that game confused me. It just confused me. There's so many design choices in that game that have no rhyme or reason. And it's just insane. Like, here, every Pokemon learns every fucking move in the game. Just like, we've decided that individuality in Pokemon is pointless. Everybody can learn every move anyway. So just pick your favorites, I guess. Oh, we changed their stats. This guy's got 130 base speed now because I always thought he should be fast. Oh, you thought he should be fast? Okay. That's quite enough of you playing the Euro, kid. This is, what's his name? Archer. These guys actually didn't have names in the original Gold and Silver. They were just Rocket executives. They became actual characters in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. That's fine. Petrol had 5 fucking coughings and a wheezing. Archer had a Houndoom. Rocket Executive. Miko. I don't know. ROM hack that out of the first gym you would get access to a move tree that would teach Spore to any Pokemon. I hate people. I hate people who design things with reckless abandon. Why must you do this to me? Die, Miko. This guy's actually like my level. Ah, Nitori. Listen, have you ever seen Mario Maker? Have you ever seen Mario Maker? Mario Maker is a game where the world around us comes together to create their own Mario levels. And if you've seen levels created by people around the world, you'll understand that not everybody should be given the privilege of creating levels in a platformer. Some of you should never be allowed the keys to Utopia, alright? Everybody thinks they're the creative. Everybody thinks that they're the creative on the team. They're the ideas guy. They have good ideas. I've seen what ideas guys do when they're given the ability to make those ideas real. These motherfuckers are... Whenever I miss, I get so infuriated that I have to speed up the turn to get to the next turn because fuck off. Die. I remember so little about Touhou fan games. That's Giovanni's badge. Why would the badge detail that it disbanded? We will abandon this warehouse. I don't think it is over. I won't let it be the end. I will find Giovanni. I will resurrect Team Rocket. He tried his best. Alright, let's go fuck up the nerd. Here's my template level. Nestorb. Some Touhou fan games have some design aspects to them. They're messy. You just had to come along and blow the whole deal. There's no forgiveness for you. If I was Team Rocket, I would have concluded the sale and then had some goons standing outside to beat the shit out of this guy. And then just take the money back. What would he possibly do about it? Like, you think this guy would have an inkling of an idea what happens when you try to fucking negotiate with organized crime? Like, bruh, they're just gonna break your legs and take the money back. Who the fuck are you? They could just kill you. It doesn't matter. Touhou is hard, therefore my Touhou fan game should be hard. Mega Man. Mega Man does that all the fucking time. Mega Man fan games are the most egregious example of that. Oh, yeah, Mega Man 2 had Quickman lasers, so my Mega Man game should have Quickman lasers. Mega Man 1 had the Yellow Devil, so my game should have the Yellow Devil. Mega Man 3 has Mega Man 3, so my game should also have Mega Man 3. Like, stop. For the love of God, stop. Every single design choice you put in this game is a shitty decision that was implemented in one of the first 3 Mega Man games. Stop. I'm tired of playing Mega Man 1, 2, and 3 with a different coat of paint. I'm tired of it. Stop it. Fantasy Danmaku Festival, or Fantastic Danmaku Festival. That game is designed on an easier side. Hitboxes in that game are insanely generous. Like, they make things big and flashy, but they also are very, very generous, so you feel like a badass playing it. But there are some... I think there are some that kind of forego the rules of what makes, like something good. And then they create a dog shit pattern that just explodes in your face. And you're like, that was fun. You made me. A gotcha only works in a scenario game because in a scenario game, a gotcha happens in the first 2 or 3 seconds. And then you immediately get to quick retry, and now you don't get gotcha'd again. If you get gotcha'd by the stage 6-second spell card, you're probably a little upset because you didn't know you were about to get fucking knowledge checked on the final boss. Shoulda known, jackass. Well, now I know for next time. Don't I, jackass? It's a lot easier to criticize fan projects based on other game series, though, because we take for granted the established rules and parameters of the main games, and we assume that the fan games are gonna follow them to the T. But then they don't always follow them to the T because people have their own ideas of game design that they will implement. They will implement them, sometimes unconsciously. I can't sell it, it's worthless. Just take it. What do you want? Get lost. This guy's just gonna hang out in this empty warehouse now. What a schnook. My Pokemon Fan Game by Alan, age 10. Alright. In my Pokemon Fan Game, you can catch every Pokemon in the world, and you can go to all the regions and fight all the leaders, and your rival is me, and he's got a shiny Pokemon, okay? And you're not allowed to use the good Pokemon because I don't like good Pokemon. So every route's gonna have bad Pokemon, but the gym leader's gonna have good Pokemon because they're gym leaders, they gotta be the best, so they need to have the good Pokemon. But you don't get to have the good Pokemon. Your Pokemon all have to suck. Okay? This doesn't sound very fun. Well, I don't care. It's my game, my rules. If you don't like it, then just don't play it. Alright, Alan. Well, alright. So how's progress? It's been 5 years, Alan. How's progress? So it turns out making a game is really hard. As a result, there is no game here to be played. Oh man, here, take this fucking rock. Yeah. You put the red in the blue stone and you get the green screen. Isn't that a nice touch? I'm not crying. I did it. Okay, now what? No, really, now what? Hold on. There's, anything here? No? We're still closed down. Show me being... No, if you go to the map, there's an area south of Touhou Island that exists for some reason. I don't have surf with me. Look, I'll show you! Alright. I wish I had a surf and flyer. Is there a water flying type in this game? I don't know. Dude. Look, when I fly with Mistia, see? Wonder Island, Ocean Path, Wonder Cave. How the fuck do I go there? Genji. Where's Genji? Past that fence to the right, it'll magically vanish at some point. Oh. I'm just grabbing some stuff. Hey there, how's it going? I struck gold. Oh, thanks. Can't give me any nuggets of wisdom, so that'll have to do. He missed a few. And here you can find Dunsparce. That's not a Dunsparce. I got it. Just some perfectly normal birds. Nothing unusual to see here. Ah, just a bird. We were just some birds. Orange. 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 Why is it all orange? Dude. Was Tori like a fucking 1% or some shit? Area with a fence. Oh, you mean here. You can just go. Alright. I guess... I'm not sure, actually. Maybe I have to go back and talk to Ope. Maybe I gotta go talk to Ope. I got the sapphire and whatnot, so I need to activate Johto. Genji is a 10% encounter in the Safari Zone while surfing. Is that the only place you can get Genji? Hmm, 126. Yeah, great. No? Alright. Dun 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 dun. Streamer, you're about to walk into the Safari Zone without the ability to surf. Yeah. Is it just any water? Can he learn waterfall too? Hmm. Ding dong, ding dong. Yes. Hmm. Horrible noise. 10%. 10%. 10%. Um. Wait. You were right. Ball. Ball. Got it. Turtle. Turtle. Ding dong. Time's up. Okay. This is gonna be very convenient. Because now I don't have to switch between them and I can actually fly around places. Oh, why are you in box 4? Alright. One sec. Surf. Can you waterfall as well? Oh, you can. Nice. Waterfall. Okay. Fly. I just replaced waterfall. Waterfall. There we go. Okay. And rock smash. There we go. Okay, so what do I do now? What do I do now? I'm not sure where to go to activate, like, Johto. Can I go in here? So it's true that Brat really did beat you. Won't let this stand. The glory of Team Rocket can't be snuffed out like this. We will rebuild stronger than ever. Okay. Well, good thing I saved, but okay, that time he walked away. The sign is faded. The door is locked. All right. He didn't walk away. He just stood there. Huh. Alright. Can't let you pass through. Oh, you're the trader that Oak called about. You can pass. I'm sorry about the inconvenience. We made it. Alright. Why would he gonna have it to get a bit long time? We got a new trainer battle theme. It's based on Snai. Sutso! Slapped. I guess I have to beat Johto to open up all the other areas, but I did finish the islands. Well, at least I finished what I can do of the islands. There's still the tower. There's a couple things I can't conclude there yet. Satori, staying in. I'm gonna do a flying kick. Hoa! Easy. Welcome to the Johto region. Neat that we're going backwards, huh? A lucky egg. Too bad the bag is full. Full? Full of what? A glove made special for Ichiden. Boost critical hit ratio. Okay. Let's give Kane free flinch chances because I'm scum. Now I have a lucky egg. Great. Phenomenal, isn't it? I'm thinking ahead and further into Johto. When I win, I'll take that challenge. We're going backwards. Hey, you for the resub. Wish I had more apple juice to drink. We'll go for a little bit more. We'll go for a little bit more, and then we'll move on to greater things. Get it? Ha 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 ha. See what I did there? Hoo 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 hoo. Yuki. Fire. I will destroy you. Yo ho ho. I cast Fireball! Hey streamer, first of all, let me just say that I love your community. I love the atmosphere that you bring forward. Your attitude, your emotions, just general good vibes. Anyway, I'm contacting you today as representative of... Oh boy, here we go. Representative of what? Oh, I see. Sponsorship opportunity. Ooh, Duracell? No way. I use Duracell. I use batteries too. I'm fit to be a spokesperson for a fucking battery. That's right. You know, I remember when I was 15 years old and my television remote and my Wii remote and my Game Boy Advance, all these items required batteries that needed to last for an appropriate amount of time for me to fully enjoy the usage of the technology that required the battery powers. And where did I go? Not Energizer. No, no, no. No, no, no. I was a Duracell boy. I put them Duracell batteries in, and then I took them out. Why'd you take them out? 'Cause they're on. They're on while they're in there. You fool. I don't remember the last time I've needed batteries. No way, Coke Gaming? My preferred brand of battery was whatever the fuck was available next to the register when I needed batteries. And if that is not your preferred brand of battery, then maybe you were using more than AA's. Alright? If a battery was required and it wasn't a AA, then I didn't want anything to do with it, because my video games did not require anything but AA. What the fuck is a AAA? Don't concern yourself about that. Those aren't real. I've never needed to use a battery that was a rectangle either. I don't know what those ones are for. Bang. Don't forget I got an email like 3 times to promote a program with no information, no pictures, nothing. And then when I googled the product had not very good reviews. You know, I used to get those types of advertisements and promo deals in Twitter DMs. One time I got one in Twitter DMs that was like, hey, we want to work with you. We work with big streamers such as, and then they listed a bunch of streamers who regularly get like 10,000 views. I'm just like, great, so go work for them. Bro, why are you talking to me? Like, I'm making like less than 10% in viewership than those guys. Why would you want to work with me? Like, you're advertising, like, look at these big-ass streamers we work with, so you know we're good. Like, if you were good, you'd be working with them still. What the fuck are you talking to me for? Bro? You fool? I don't believe that for a second. You try to make yourself look good, but all it's doing for me is like, well, how far did you fall? What happened? What happened, bro? Hello, stream name. We watched your content and we think that you're the right fit for our product. Why do you write like an AI? Well, that's the crazy part. See, AI writing has to reference something, and AI writing definitely references these types of emails that you get from people. Because the way people write, they don't write like human beings. They don't. They try to butter you up before they get to the point. But all I'm reading is your script followed by what you want. Just get to the fucking point. If I gotta read 3 sentences of, like, a literal script that you're following, I don't care anymore about what you're providing. Just send me an email and be like, hey, I made this. What do you think? And then we go from there. And by that I mean, if you made this and what I think is not very good, I'm probably not gonna respond. That's for sure. Sometimes I get emails about games and they're like talking about their game, and I check it out and I go to the Steam page and I go to the bottom and it's like, the following product has to disclose the use of AI here, and it's just like a list. And I'm just like, no. Because here's the thing. Even if my opinion on AI art was positive, why the fuck would you want to play something like that? Like, why would you put yourself in such a position anyway? Like, oh, you know, I'm gonna play a game that heavily uses some of the most controversial and frankly obnoxious conversation humanly possible in a Twitch chat for the next like 45 minutes to an hour. Sounds like fun to me, boys. Fucking sounds like fun to me. Let's boot it up. Let's play NFT Simulator, but it's unironic. Yeah, good game. So now for the next 30 minutes, the chat room is just talking about AI. Society of Cosplayers. There's 18. Okay. It's just foolish. Plain and simple, it's just a foolish endeavor. Again, it doesn't even matter what your opinion on the subject is. It's just like doing that to yourself is dumb because you just invite. It's like actively streaming like the fucking Harry Potter game. Like you're just setting yourself up for disaster, bro. Oh, I'm not even slightly interested in this game, but I'm gonna stream it. Why? Why would you stream it? That game you're gonna have so many first-time viewers calling you a piece of shit. Calling the game garbage. They're gonna be there. They're gonna insult it. They're gonna put you on a hit list. An unironic hit list. So you can, what? So you can check out your video game? It's a video game, man. But it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. It's simply not worth it. Why would you do it to yourself? How big of a Harry Potter fan do you gotta be? It's stream bait, interaction bait, rage bait. No, first time chatter would be like, you're a massive piece of shit for playing this game, by the way, smiley face. And they'd have like a pink name, and they'd have like a Twitch badge. And you had no idea who the fuck they are, but they would do that. They would do that. You would be able to articulate a lot of information. You would. You just straight up would. You'd be able to get so much information out of so little, just based on that. I happen to be really good at this. I'm really good at this kind of thing, don't you know? It's kind of a bad matchup, but it's fine. It's like how on Twitter when sometimes you see something that somebody posts and you immediately check their bio and it just checks out. Of course Genji comes out. Straight up checks out. You read the tweet, you're like, I wonder what that person's like. You read their bio, fucking solves that mystery. Absolutely solves that mystery. Figure that one out. They call me a modern day Sherlock with how quick I am to discover the truth. Oh, it's elementary, my dear boy. It's just like Discord PFPs. You can tell a lot about somebody by the way by their Discord PFP. First rule of Discord profiles. If they have anything written in the bio section, they spend too much time on Discord. Second rule of Discord PFPs. If they have anything in that bio at all, they spend too much time on Discord. Third rule of Discord PFP. If they have a profile picture, they spend too much time on Discord. And I'm afraid in situations like this and all three of these, you have to cut them out. You gotta cut them out of your life. They're no good. They're gonna drag you down. It's gonna be a hard climb back to the top with people like that in your life. Let me tell you what. I'm so glad these fishermen don't randomly have hyenas anymore. Ho, ho, ho. My Discord PFP hasn't been changed in, frankly, like 7 or 8 years. It just, there's no need to change it. There's no need to change it. I don't have a bio. If I open my Discord right now, go to my user settings, my account, main profile, there's nothing. There's nothing. Can I click myself? Yeah, literally nothing. What's your username's origin story? Fuck you. Literally nothing. I may as well be a day one account with how blank that shit is. I got no server boosts. I got no paid subscriptions. I got no mutual servers. I got none of it. Who reads Discord biographies? Who reads Discord biographies? No picture. No color. I'm not buying no Discord Nitro. Check your PFP. What does your Discord PFP say about you? Anime girl. Loser. Cartoon character. Loser. Default image. Giga Chad. Real ass human. Bro, what are you doing? Loser! You're a loser! Baby want his bottle? Why did I switch into a fucking fire type into Komachi? Because I wasn't paying attention, that's why. A picture of Banjo and or Kazooie. Loser! You can't win. Every single profile picture is a loser. You cannot win. The game was rigged from the start. How did you miss? What did you even get hit by? The only way to win is to not play. A Discord PFP is indicative of the personality you will be dealing with. And let me tell you, the cuter the anime character, the worse the person is to talk to. That is such an easy one-to-one to make. That is such an easy one-to-one to make, dude. Cuter the character, the worse the person behind it. Absolutely. My Discord PFP is my favorite Digimon when I was 6 years old. That guy, Giga Chad. Absolute Giga Chad. Child at heart. Child at heart right there. Love that guy. He knows what's up. This guy's Discord profile picture is a Pikachu. A degenerate. Kill him. Get him out of here. He does not belong in this server. We don't want him here. Removed from premises. My Discord PFP is the same as the archive channel logo. The other channel is the same logo as the Twitch, and my any other account I have is the Aya face. That's very stupid looking. Why did you see me? You're on the Bonica League challenge. No, you dumb bunny. I finished the Bonica League challenge. Person talks about good vibes and being kind. Biggest red flag you'll ever see. Listen, man. People who talk about good vibes are the most likely ones to tell me to go kill myself. What's up with that? Why is that? What did I do? What did I do? I'm just here. I'm just existing. You were the one who said positivity. Why are you like this? Light screen? Get out of here. Guess I'll die. See you next life. Bye. Aiden, that's an earthquake. That's an earthquake. Boom, bassa, boom. Good thing one of my teammates was just a fucking Wobbuffet. Very easy to bench them for the HM slave, huh? I am aware. I'm so aware. That's why I do not communicate. That's why I don't communicate. I'm so goddamn smart. Dakey. By the way, this all applies to YouTube comments as well. YouTube comments is the same beast. All the same rules, dude. All the same rules. Anime character, please don't comment. Don't do it. You're just gonna make a fool of yourself and me. What does PFP stand for? It stands for Profile Picture. For some reason, the word profile is broken up into 2 words. Because otherwise, it would be called a PP. And you could understand why we don't talk about our Discord PPs in public. That's not good behavior. Places get closed down for that kind of behavior. Why do we call it the Nintendo GameCube the GCN? Why do we abbreviate it to GCN? You ever think of that? I've always thought that was kind of weird. Alright. Let's just take a sit here. People call PS1 the PSX. I don't understand that one either. I don't get that one either. But it's probably because they don't want to call it the PS. Because that's postscript. And they don't want to call it 1. Neo Geo Color existed first. But that's NGC. But we call it the GCN. But we don't call... But it's... I guess it is called the Nintendo. But we don't call it the Nintendo Wii. We call it the Wii, right? We call it the NES because of the Nintendo Entertainment System. It's part of the name. It's not that Nintendo's the brand and it's the entertainment system. It's just... That's just what it's called. Okay. Alright, chat. There we go. We're gonna stop here. 2 hours. We have finished the islands. And we are on our way to Johto. Pretty cool. Yes, pretty cool indeed. I was hoping I'd get to New Bark. But honestly, I don't want to push it anymore. So, we'll pause there. Next time, Johto. What will it be? I don't know.